Hi everybody, I'm Clint Davis, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to make my mom's fantasy fudge recipe. This is a recipe that's actually kind of near and dear to my heart. My mom passed away a couple years ago, and prior to that, it was a family secret. Right before she passed away, she actually told me that you can find it on the back of any Kraft Jet Puffed Marshmallow Cream Jar. It's on the back, right here. Also, you can find it on a variety of websites. Two of them that I have for you today are, of course, the Kraft website, www.kraft/recipes/fantasyfudge.com and www.christmas-cookies.com. I enjoy making fudge in the wintertime during the holidays. It's cold outside right now today and it's snowing, and kind of gives me a warm feeling to be here by the stove making my mom's fudge. It brings back a lot of good memories for me. Mom always loved Christmas and the holidays, and that was her favorite time of the year. So, and she always knew that was my favorite treat. So she would go ahead and make it up, and she'd have to kind of smack me away just to make sure I stayed out of it until it was ready. And now it's got added meaning with her gone. With her gone, then making the fudge kind of reminds me of Mom. So it's like I've got a little bit of Mom with me every time I do it. So before we get going, I'm going to show you what you're going to need to get started. First off is a 9x9 square baking dish. Okay, it's greased. It's lined with foil, and the foil's greased. This is for easy removal of the fudge when we're done. Okay. Now the recipe actually calls for one 9x13 baking pan or dish. I like to use the 9x9 for a more densely packed fudge, but it's your preference. You're also going to need one 3-quart greased saucepan. Okay, this is actually my wife's. This is from her dad. This is one that we use to make not just the fudge, but her dad's toffee recipe. It's kind of a denser stainless steel pot, and it does something with the temperature. My wife could explain it. I can't. Like most wives, you know, my wife is infinitely wiser than her husband. So, but you're going to need that. Also, you're going to need several other things. 1 bag of Baker's semi-sweet chocolate chips. 3/4 cup margarine or butter. Your choice. 1 5-ounce can of evaporated milk. 1 teaspoonful of pure vanilla extract. Of course, the 1 jar of Kraft Jet Puff Marshmallow Cream. And you're also going to, well, I will need, this is an old secret ingredient of my family. It's not needed for the recipe, it's just something we add in. So, you're also going to need a candy thermometer, because when you start to combine these ingredients, you need to bring them to a certain temperature. They need to be brought to a boil. And so you're going to need the candy thermometer to tell when it gets to that temperature. Okay. Of course, you're going to need a wooden spoon, and you'll need a rubber spatula to go ahead and scoop certain things out of the jar and things like that. So now we'll get started. Go ahead and put the saucepan on your burner. Let me adjust this here so that you can see more clearly what I'm doing. And go ahead and turn your burner on medium-high heat. Let it start to heat. And of course, again, the saucepan has got to be greased. So while we let that heat up, that should be getting going. We can go ahead and actually put the butter in right now. So we'll get that going. My wife's a lot better at cooking than I am. I like to cook, but I'm not good at it. So there you go. Okay, there's one of those. And again, it's your preference whether or not you want to use the butter or the margarine. I know that this day and age, we all have a lot of health concerns. And butter and margarine is, you know, whatever you... However the healthiest is. Not that fudge is really healthy for you, but let me go ahead and rinse off right quick. My wife's a lot better at making less of a mess in the kitchen than I am. So there we go. Our burner's going, so that's starting to heat up. My wife actually has some green chili going here in the background. Smells wonderful, so maybe one day she'll do a video on that. But go ahead and combine now your 3 cups of sugar. Okay. And last that you're going to combine in this phase, which we'll call phase 1, is your milk, your evaporated milk. So go ahead and open that up. Get that open. Okay. So combine that in there. Everything's heating up pretty fast, so we're doing good there. And rinse off again. And again, you're going to have to bring this mixture to a boil. You're going to go ahead and stir constantly, consistently. So if that's something you may have an issue with or something, if you've got other things going on, then you may want to have somebody helping you. Okay? It'll take about 4 minutes to bring these ingredients to a boil, stirring frequently until the mixture reaches a temp of 234 degrees on your candy thermometer, which of course is right here. So I'm actually going to be going ahead and stirring these until they come to a boil. And while we're waiting for this to do that, we're going to cut away for a few and we'll be right back.